Once in a while, like, you get like a dose of somebody's like type of music, and you're like, whoa, that's crazy. That takes a special type of person to like that. In the news, I was tempted to go down to DC and look at the MMA 250-year anniversary, but then I decided not to go. Good thing that was a planned drone attack. Kind of cool it was, you know, like they had a bald eagle and it flew from one end to the other. That was so badass. If you ever see a bald eagle, they're big. There's plenty in the Potomac River. There's like these ships that are kind of half sunken. Other news, there was a guy that was shooting video or photos of some girl in the bus in DC, in Georgetown, and he got arrested. Kind of an odd thing, because like, why would you arrest somebody for taking photos? Even if somebody doesn't want it, like, that seems kind of odd. Couldn't you just kick him out of the bus? But he got arrested, and I'm trying to figure out why, because I don't think they have much of a case. The guy actually looks like he's a homeless guy. And the National Guard is still all over Washington. But you know, for me, I actually find it kind of annoying because they're always in the nice areas where there's no crime. And why wouldn't they? They don't want to go to the rough areas, but that's exactly where we need them to be. We need the National Guard to go to Anacostia, Deanwood, maybe even go a little bit into Capitol Heights. But those guys, they just hang out like in Northwest DC, outside of a frozen yogurt shop. Not exactly what I was hoping with the National Guard. If you're new here, I am in the DC metro area. A lot of people live in this area. The DC area, like the DC radius, the circle, is actually only has like 500,000 people. But the DC metro area, otherwise known as the DMV, it's actually like 6.4 million people. So it's a big metro. I think it's the 10th largest or 8th largest in the United States. So on board my favorite bike ever. As you guys know, I had some difficulties on this bike. The sensor went bad. The sensor is very expensive. I don't know how anything's that expensive. But I love this bike. My favorite bike I've ever had. It fits me extremely well, and you know, Yamaha, they started designing a lot of things kind of like Honda, interchangeable, modular. Like this screen, you see it in a lot of Hondas, or you see it in a lot of Yamahas, like the Tracers. It's the standard, so they're saving money by making the same thing and just put it for other bikes, including that pressure sensor that I just bought. So I kind of like that. Honda is famous for doing that. I've never been a fanboy of any manufacturer, but Honda, man, their bikes recently, and every single like era, they have the best bikes. And no wonder people love Hondas. You know, I'm like looking back at the Honda Cub. It's amazing. You know, there's still lots of Honda Trail 90s out there for cheap, and a lot of them still work. But this Yamaha, I don't know why it fits me so well. The equivalent from Honda might be the Africa Twin, but with a shaft drive, you're really talking about the VFR 1200X. And that bike just seems so dull the way they designed it. I don't know, everything about Honda seems well done, but sometimes they have a couple of bikes that just don't seem to make a lot of sense, like the VFR 1200X. That was a failure. And then they had the VFR 1200. It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. I don't know, post it in the comments below if you agree with me. Just look up VFR 1200. You can get those for $4,000 in the off season and all the way up to $6,000. People just do not like that bike. But it's a 1200cc V4 with a shaft drive, and it's a sport bike, but it's just too big. And then they have the VFR 1200X. That's a shaft drive, and it's very comparable to this, except it doesn't really have any interesting things about it. With the Africa Twin, it's got pedigree. It's cool looking, you know, they made like the graphics really nice. But sometimes they make bikes that are a little dull. The NC700, it's kind of like that. It's like a dull looking bike. The NC750 is dull, but that was the point of it. It's supposed to be just a commuter, get to work, spend very little money on maintenance. It's easy to work on. This is the electronic suspension one, and I keep it in standard. I find that it's pretty good for me. So let's go. Temperature is 86. Today's actually a nice day to ride. It's got adjustable windscreen. It's got heated grips tied into the actual system. And I didn't know this about this bike, but it's got electrics already hooked up, so you can just put your aux lights and your horns directly in there without it splicing any wires. That's a nice thing. It just sounds so good out of an inline tube. Usually those bikes don't sound good. You know, the NC sounded terrible. What I'm looking forward to is the comeback of the big red pig. The Honda XR650R. Not the L, man, not the L. They gotta make something that competes with the Tenere 700, the CRF 700R, street legal, lightweight aluminum frame, liquid cooled, electric start. You gotta have that. Well, speaking of the devil, XR650L, not the R. Look at that. Yeah, 650, nice. Me having a big adventure bike, that's what I enjoy. I love the big trailies. It's the most comfortable, the best mannered bikes. They're the easiest to ride. They don't have like all of that plastic to deal with. You can see the engine. I love that. This part right here, PG, this is where you find the dumbest people ever. It's like a lot of aggression. People getting into shootouts in traffic. Like Hyundais and Nissan Altimas, like weaving in and out of traffic. It's never ending. Look at this guy. There you, oh my god, that's a Corolla. An old Corolla. Well, anyway, I hope you guys have as much fun as that guy in that old Corolla. See you later. Bye bye.